Welcome to Pearson's Funeral Service obituary page. On this page we have all kinds of stories of the people and the families that we've served, and each one is a special and remarkable story. And I hope that you can find the friend or the family member that you're looking for. With every story and every obituary, you're going to find a little bit of information there. Just the information about when they were born and when they passed away. Hopefully a little bit of information about who their family was, and of course, a little bit of their life story, which will kind of capture the essence of who they are. We'll also indicate there and maybe list some information at the bottom, service details or where a gathering might be held, whether they're going to be buried or cremated, and then an opportunity for you to offer your condolence to the family or maybe share a memory, one of your own personal stories with your loved one. So thank you for being here with us at Pearson's Funeral Service.